5 o'clock, I'd like to call the Board of Adjustments meeting to order, and we'll start with the board introducing themselves.
Ryan Baker.
Brian Flowers.
Kathy Slagle.
David Martin.
Frank Lamia.
And if you'll look over the minutes from June 17th, we're looking for an approval.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Tonight, we're considering agenda item BOA 24.08, a public hearing to consider the request of the applicant Shelley Springer for a special exception use on appeal to allow for a hotel on property zone B3B, Tourist Resort Commercial Service District. Property is located at 131 Fairhope Avenue and is approximately 0.30 acres.
Okay, thank you.
Michelle?
Yes.
Is going to explain for us.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so like you mentioned, the applicant, Shelley Springer, she's here. She's a sole member of the LLC that is on the application, is requesting a special exception use on appeal to allow for a hotel use for property located at 131 Fairhope Avenue. It is zoned through B3B, which is Tourist Resort Commercial. However, it sits just outside of the Central Business District. So there's the property. So hotel motels are allowed in B3B on appeal to you guys and subject to special conditions. And that is the use table saying such. So the house was built in 1925 originally. It's currently used as a short terminal with a small retail boutique. It's listed on the National Register of Historic Places, also on the Alabama Register of Landmarks and Heritage, and it's recognized by the Baldwin County Historic Commission. This is a snippet from May 2024 from Google Street View that I just snipped last week, and that's the existing footprint. So I didn't put this in here, but it's in the you guys know there's historic tax credits being used too, and Ms. Springer can talk more about that if she wants to. But part of that is the applicant is keeping with the original footprint with the exception of decks outside the ADA rooms located on the first floor, bedrooms 1 and 2. The existing deck will be demolished, an additional deck will be installed with a separation wall for those 2 rooms. And there are 6 rooms that will be available with complete baths each. There'll be new HVAC equipment and a new electrical service entry, and all other utilities will be located per the proposed rehab sheets in the packet. There's rehab sheets for levels 1 and 2. A new ADA accessible concrete sidewalk will be added along Summit Street. It's important to note there are 7 parking spaces actually on site pursuant to Table 4 through the parking schedule, which requires 1 space per bedroom plus 1 space for every 5 employees. There's only going to be 1 full-time employee here. On the first floor, the existing garage will be converted into a fitness room. And since the building footprint is the same and there's not any new construction, except for additional deck and the wall outside, the tree ordinance doesn't apply, but the applicant has added landscaping buffers along the property lines and the parking area too, and taken measures to protect existing trees. So here's just some examples of the demo on the first floor. The demo is pretty de minimis, but the HVACs are in that circular thing. They're going to be replaced. There's 1 lonely deck right there that's going to be removed. And there's some concrete and some other things and carpeting that might be removed, but not a lot. And so the proposed site plan with some of the new things, there's the new concrete sidewalk will be installed on Summit down at the bottom there. New concrete stairs in the front entrance. There's the HVAC equipment, what it's going to look like. It's little blocks. And then the new decking outside those bedrooms with that separation wall. It's going to have that new gravel parking area, like I said, with 7 on-site parking spaces. And then the rehab, first floor, I just pointed out the new HVACs, how they're going to look different. And the new decks. And then the rehab of the second floor, there's some stuff that make the fully tiled showers and some, like I said, carpet being removed. Oops, sorry. So that's the rendering of what the front entrance will look like when it's completed. And we do recommend approval of BOA 2408. And the applicant's here, if you guys want to discuss. She did a really good job with the narrative of the history. I learned a lot, which was cool. So it used to be at Inn, and hopefully will be again, so.
Thank you. The applicant is invited to make a presentation.
You know, the Summit Inn is just
Would you
renamed.
introduce yourself and for our records, please?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Shelley Springer, and I'm the owner of the Summit Street Inn. So really, this building was built in 1925 as the new Fairhope Hotel. And it operated as a hotel for really more of its lifespan than anything else. And just hoping to revive it and provide a nice place. But I'm open to any questions you have about the plan.
Any questions?
It's not a bed and breakfast, it's a hotel. What's the concept here? Is it?
It's 6 suites, so, basically similar to the Fairhope Inn.
Okay,
No restaurant.
right, okay.
The bed and breakfast, she would have to move in and live there and be kind of the
Right,
innkeeper
yeah.
too.
Yeah,
So
I've-
that was the distinction.
Yeah, I live down Genevieve Lane, which lies behind this, it cuts this block. So I'm about 4 doors down from the inn, my residence. And so I won't be living there.
Right, okay.
So there's no food?
No, nothing other than a continental breakfast and coffee.
There will be, okay, continental breakfast.
Right, but we're not preparing meals.
No, okay. And the parking is going to be on the north side, is that right?
It is, it's in the backyard.
Now, there's home, a small home between you and
The alley.
the alley, yeah. So it would be up next to that home.
The parking would.
Is somebody living in that?
Yes, the couple lives there.
Okay.
I don't anticipate any problems. It's 6 rooms. And I think with the price point, we're targeting, people that are coming in to shop and eat and we don't have a swimming pool or any amenity that would be drawing people outside.
And they do have the landscape buffer. And for the record and to be clear, there is no event space here, so hosting weddings and big parties, that might be more of a problem, is not a use approved in this hotel use.
Any other questions?
Out of curiosity, have y'all established a room rate on that, a monthly room, a nightly room rate?
Nightly rate will be around $350.
I'd stay there for 350.
I know.
It's a great location.
It's going to have a good generator, so, you never know. You might want to.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.
And I will say I appreciate the applicant, we've been talking about this, over a year? About 2 years? Yeah. So there has been a lot of movement and a lot of meetings and a lot of discussions and navigating through this before submitting for the application. So I really appreciate that, working with Save a Building to really work with what's there as much as possible, including the trees and the landscape that is there. So.
Do you have any kind of a schedule yet for this, and when you think you might do the renovations and?
Oh, I'm sorry. So we're in the process of submitting Part 2 of the Alabama Historic Tax Credits. We were approved for Part 1, and so we go through the state and then the National Park Service. So as soon as we get an approval on Phase 2, then we will move forward we've got to engineer the drawings. And so, if we can start in 3 months, that would be great.
Yeah, that's probably optimistic.
You never know.
You never know, you're right.
There is a follow-up just from the an MOP that will be going to our planning commission as follow-up, but the use approval is first through the Board of Adjustment. So getting the use and then getting the civil drawings done and ready for that application. I think you pretty
Yeah.
much got that, though.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're on target. We just had a few things that the state kicked back as far as the interior and preserving, the building, like
So if you
the
were able
trim.
to start construction in 3 months, you might open in when? End of the
mean,
year, maybe?
Yeah, in a year.
Yeah. Okay,
All
great.
right.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'd like to open the public hearing at this time. Is there anyone that wants to speak? So we will close the public hearing. And board members, are there any questions or concerns?
Make a motion to approve.
A second.
Third.
We have a roll call vote.
Aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Congratulations. Told you I didn't get a bad feeling about this. I can never guarantee, but.
Thank you.
We
Any,
do have 4 cases next month.
4? Yes.
Is last month's guy is he in it?
He is. We were told there was a title search and the road's public. We just kind of got into digging on that a little bit. We've got confirmation from the county that it's not. So regardless, at first we were told it was going to be dropped, but then came back with this. So we'll review and have a recommendation for you next month.
Okay.
Any new business?
Motion to,
A motion to adjourn?
yes, that's what I was about to say. So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Oh,
Aye.
good. We know how to do a meeting.